Yesterday, we talked about 4 ways to stop getting in our own way. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 ways. It's a countdown to start a new life today. So stick around for Life's Potluck Buffet, and thank you for joining me, for subscribing, for liking, for everything that you do. I'm John Paulus, and I'll be back after this brief musical soundbite. So let's get down to business. We've got the deck of Life's Potluck Buffet cards, 55 cards. On the bottom, I have the last cards that we drew yesterday, and those were the 4 cards that told us how to stop getting in our own way, and I think they were really good ones as always. The deck always knows which cards to have pop up. So I know it'll know today what we should do about starting a new life right now. When you are done listening to this, you will have begun. So here we go. All right. I'm going to do 3 casual shuffles as I always do. And then I'm going to draw the first card. And then I'll do the same for all of the other cards too, so that we have 3 cards in total, and each one will tell us a different aspect of how to navigate our new lives as of the end of this video. Okay. I'm shuffling one last time. All right. I always look for the gap in the cards that tells me where we need to look. This has right here. Okay, it's a little tough getting this card out, but yeah, there's a small gap right here where one card's raised above the others. And, all right, it's a wild card. This is funny because I noticed that the wild card was popular on LinkedIn recently, which was interesting. Some people liked it. And hello, and thank you for liking it. So what does the wild card tell us about living our new life? Well, the card is all about taglines and asks you to think of a tagline that comes to mind. The Life's Potluck Buffet tagline is, Life's Potluck Buffet, it's about what you bring to it. So that's tip number 1 for our new life. Understand that it is about what you bring to it. It's like a buffet, and it's like a potluck buffet. See? Because a buffet is about all of those variety of dishes. The potluck part is about what each person, like you and me, brings to that buffet. So that's tip number 1. Understand what it is that you are bringing to this new life. What do you want to bring to the new buffet that we are embarking on? Okay, so that's tip number 1. So think of something that comes to mind. Think of a motto for yourself that is going to be your defining motto for the new life that you're embarking on. Okay, now I will draw a second card, and I will shuffle the deck 3 times. All right. And then I'll give it a final, more thorough shuffle. All right. Now I'm going to look for the gap in the cards and see what that tells us. So that's tough to sort out. Okay, here it is. It's card 39. Treat others' work as their possessions. And card 39 is all about that concept of micro-poaching that has come up a few times on the podcast. And the idea behind micro-poaching is we all have our work that we do that is fulfilling to us and satisfying to us and gives us a sense of accomplishment. And so by kind of poaching, do you know what I mean by poaching? It's like when if you know, say like tennis, for example, and you're playing tennis with you're playing doubles tennis. So there are 2 people on each side. of the net, right? And you coordinate, with your partner, and you have kind of a sense of how you work together. Now, if there's a shot hit to you from your opponents on the other side, and your partner keeps on returning the shot, even if it is coming to you, but they get in the way and hit it themselves, that's poaching. And so this idea of micro poaching lets us know to have people, allow people to have accomplishments, because then we can all feel good about the work we're doing. So, in our new lives, as of the end of this episode, we are going to treat others' work as their possessions, and we're going to understand that why we are trying to poach others' work, micro-poach, when we should be doing our own work. So that's do our own work, let others do their work, is tip 2 for our new life. Do you remember tip 1? It was about thinking of a motto that you're going to live by. All right. So tip 2, let other people do their work, and let's do our work. All right, and here we go. The final card. 3 casual shuffles, and then 1 thorough shuffle. Oops. Whoa. That was weird. Yeah, that didn't quite work to plan, but there's still a gap in the cards. All right, here we go. Here's our final tip from the cards. Think of your work life as a pie. Card number 13. So this card says, think of each aspect of your life as a piece of a pie of a different flavor. Your family work, your paid work, your hobbies, your volunteer work, your self-care work, etc., etc. Say what the largest slice of your pie is right now and what you want it to be at the end of this episode. Okay, so that is the piece of advice that relates to getting your life in the order in terms of time that you want it to be in. And that's a great resolution for a new work life, because it's not the order it's in right now if the order is not great. If there's too much time spent on one thing and not enough time spent on the other part of your life, then you'll want to adjust that in your new life, because this new life is yours to adjust. So think about that. And if there is nothing if everything's working just perfectly, then you probably aren't listening to this episode, because this episode is about starting anew. So think of what you're doing right now that needs more time, and think of what you're doing that you can carve some time away from. And because we all have a limited amount of time that we can be awake during the day, and hopefully you're getting 8 hours of sleep, whatever it is that the professionals recommend. And beyond that, we are looking to how we can distribute whatever time we have to be balanced in the way we want it to be balanced. So to weight it in the way that we want it weighted, so that we're putting more in one area, bigger piece of the pie in one area. That means we're going to have to trim off something from somewhere else. So that's what we want to do as we're doing this. So let's add up these 3 numbers so we know what our lucky number is for today. And this will also help us with our new lives. So we've got a card number 39, card number 13. So that's 52. Is that right? Yeah, 52. And then we want to add the wild card, and this is the first wild card. So that means this is card number 53 in the deck. So 52 and 53 is 105. So 105. So look out for 105 today, because 105 is going to be an important number for all of us today. And I hope you have a great day. Congratulations on your new life, and I'll see you tomorrow when, in the words of the Peabo Bryson and Regina Belle song, it'll be a whole new world. And I'll put a link to the song in the description so you can listen to it as you're working on your new life.